Hello and welcome to a special early morning edition of Agrarian Skies 2, though by the time this comes out you'll have no idea. Trust me, it's early. I'm actually up recording this at about 6 a.m. after sleeping most of the day away yesterday from a mild case of food poisoning. Not fun stuff. So what I want to go ahead and do today is one of the things in this pack that I've not really touched and I should really, get started on because it does intertwine back into Thumbcraft and stuff is blood magic. Main reason it intertwines is because there's a mod in here called Forbidden Magic, which basically acts as a link between Thumbcraft and a bunch of other different mods, including Blood Magic and Latanya. I think if you have it, it actually links between Ars Magica 2 as well, which is totally not in here. It is a fun mod, but it's also kind of a quirky / buggy mod, so it's a bit of a crapshoot how it plays out for you. So what I was thinking, I want to go ahead and start the blood magic stuff, and I need a place to put it. In my area around here, it's getting kind of cluttered, so I don't think I want to have it here. I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and head to the Void Age provided by Extra Utilities, and we're going to use it as our place for the blood altar stuff. So right here, the portal to the last millennium. That's where we're going to do our blood magic. What we do need to get, though, before we go too crazy in here, is a stuff for building, basically. Just give me it all. It doesn't work, okay. Just want to make sure that I'm able to put stuff together without actually having to be confined to the original void area. Alright, here we are. So this is fairly well lit, and I still have my little light orbs here. Well, that was actually doing a good amount of light. I probably should have left that. So, whenever I set this up, I can't, do it down here. This is actually bedrock, so there's no digging below that. What I'm thinking I'll do is just have a path continue out this way. For now, I'm just going to do stone brick, because I don't want to go through the process of making this fancy stuff at the moment. Yeah, that should be okay. But we are going to do those. Just make up a stack of stone bricks so that we can at least continue somewhat fancily. Now, since this is going to be for a blood altar, it's going to need a fair amount of space to it, but what I think I'm going to do is, as we stand here, we're still at a height of about Y65, right? So I can actually build down, and I think that's what I prefer to do, because I don't like having to walk up the altar. I'd rather just walk over to the actual little start of it. And everything else can be hidden using blocks and stuff, so it should be okay. Anyway, so if we come over this way, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3... Start here, so we can make this a 6. It's going to be even, isn't it? No, it's not, because I can't count, so that's 9. So 2, 3. Hello, 3. Alright. It occurs to me I made way too many bricks. And for the sake of keeping everything looking somewhat thematically correct, I'm going to go get some fences and stuff to use instead of the cobblestone walls I've been using in the overworld. Alright. So the Market Dead Center, what we're going to put right there is going to be the blood altar. Bam. And this is the cornerstone for blood magic. Go figure. Basically what we'll be able to do is use a sacrificial orb or a dagger of, it's usually a sacrificial dagger. However, there is a, quote, kid-friendly mode that turns it into the orb. So yeah. What we do need, though, before we go ahead and do this, is we're going to go ahead and cheat, because cheating is fun. What I'm going to need to do is, first off, grab some brain jerky, because I'm out of food. And secondly, we are going to grab some bees. Brain jerky. Get up there. So how are we doing here? 254 and 239, so that's actually enough to make an alveary, so we can go ahead and stop this for a little bit. We're going to steal the Imperial Queen. Yeah. And we need to also steal an apiary. Do I have an axe over here? Well, no, I don't want to use that one. We'll use the Thomia Max. Oh yeah, this one I'm slowly turning into an Edenic queen. Well, princess. It's going to take a little bit for that to happen, though. Looks like the one here on the end was the empty one. Go away, Silky Comb. Alright, and let's actually take this glowstone. I think that'll be all that we need for now. Yeah, we should be okay. I think the only thing possibly that we'll still need at this point is a flower. How did I grow that flower? I grew the flower on grass with a watering can, and we already have chicken spawning again. Or did I use bone meal? I might have used bone meal. I used bone meal. Let's get some flowers. Thank you, little guys, for not attacking me. I really do appreciate it. And bone meal off the edge, because we don't need it. What we do need is some podzol, if we have any left. Living wood. No, I don't actually think I have any podzol left. We'll just take the dirt. It'll be okay. Oh, I still have my bow. Oh, that's awesome. It's the most overpowered thing I've ever made, but I still have it. Let's see. This is going to be a ring for the first runes, so it can't go there, but it can go like right here, and that will still be in range. Probably should have just gotten a flower pot. That is the apiary goes here block. Anyway, the reason why we did this is that these guys should actually give us a regeneration effect while they're working. Yeah, there we go. So that means I can do this with impunity, and I'll automatically start regenerating. Excellent. That's awesome. Alright, so first things first, we need to actually go ahead and make a blood orb for ourselves. After that, we're going to need to make a little sigil, diviner sigil, so that we can actually check on our levels and stuff. For that, though, we're going to need a little bit of glass, I believe, as well as some slates, so we definitely need to get the orb first. Who knew that bees would come in so handy? While we're waiting on this, because I think this doesn't actually take a lot in the grand scheme of things, but it takes a little bit at this point of blood to make. I should have some quests I can pick up. Alright, so let's see. Sacrifice. We have completed that. That'll give us some leather and a full heart. Alright. Let's take that there, and we'll go ahead and... Can we eat this? Is this a good one? Okay, it's a good one. Oh, and there we go. Sacrificial orb. Okay, and we go ahead and bind this to ourselves. There we go. So we now have a blood orb, so we can start doing some of the fancy schmancy stuff. Alright, now the only downside about these bees is they do have a limited range, and I think they're not going to hit me. They're not, well, I can tell you right now, they're not going to hit me out here. If I position them, like, right here, they might hit me, like, over to here, but it's not worth it. Alright, anyway, next up for a quest, I believe, is going to involve the weak blood orb we have right here, a brewing stand, and 2 obsidian. Alright, and that gets us the alchemic chemistry set. And we keep the orb. Let's go ahead and just put that right there for now. Alright, and that is also a quest. So it's going to give us a reward bag and a vial of revitalization. I don't know what that is. Alright. So this is going to get into upgrading the altar and stuff, but first we get our blood runes. Excellent. Alright, and then the next one's a master, so that's going to be a big jump actually. It's for the 4th tier stuff. Basically we need to make an orb using an emerald first, and then the gold block, and then we have to use the weak blood shard. But each of these takes a progressively larger and larger altar to do, so we've got a while before we can get to these two. This one's not so hard, actually. Well, that one's not so hard. These two take a little bit of work. Can I actually use these for anything? Blood interface. I have no idea what a blood interface is. There is a book for sanguimancy. I've not actually used it before, so I'm kind of curious as to what the mod itself does. I know it more or less deals with automation of blood magic, but I've not used it. It takes a written book, book and quill, and black dye. That'd be worth looking into, I think. Before I go too far on that, though, I want to go ahead and set up a little basic thing to start pumping out some blood runes. Last time I did this, I used Steve's Factory Manager. We don't have that as an option, and while it is a fantastic option, it's not worth lamenting over something that just isn't here. Alright, so we got that. We have the item ducts, we have a filter servo, and we have retrievers. Good. You know what? I don't need 2 chests. I can just use 1 chest. Item. Item. This is going to be set to extract, but it's only going to extract slates, which I don't have one yet to set to. And this is going to be set to retrieve stone. And it's only going to be able to take 1 stone, which I don't have on me. One of these days, I will actually have all my stuff together, and it will be amazing. People come far and wide and say, wow, he actually knows what he's doing. Alright, stone 1. It's a whitelist. See if that'll only pull 1 at a time, because I only wanted to do 1. Oh, and we need to, Nope, it's putting multiple in. Alright, so that's not quite what I need. Alright, so we're back, and I have actually figured out a way to automate this. Originally, after I stopped recording, I was playing around for probably about half an hour trying to get something from just Thaumcraft or Automagic to work. I had thought that there was a chest that could push items into adjacent inventories. Either I couldn't find it or I'm just missing something, and it's probably me missing something. Well, like the greedy chest will actually pull items, but I thought there was one that would yeah, anyway. So what I've done is it still basically uses magic and basic Minecraft. I have the greedy chest here, which is configured. Let's go ahead and get my wand out, actually. It is configured with a whitelist to pull out blank slates from the west, and it'll take anything over a quantity of 0. So basically, as soon as this stone here turns into a blank slate, one of these guys, it gets immediately pulled into there, so it just goes bloop. I could really do that using a pipe or servo or whatever, but I figured if I'm going to use magic here anyway, you know, let's go all magic. And to actually put the stone into the altar, I have... This is so stupidly complicated. I've got a tally box here with a remote comparator. The comparator is actually targeting the blood altar, so it doesn't need to actually be next to it. Below the tally box, as you can see, is some red crystal, which is currently powering the hopper. A powered hopper does not suck or push items, so it's doing nothing. And then in here I just have a chest of stone. And basically what this is going to do is as I come on over here, yeah, you're doing your thing, good. And we just click away. The stone is going to go ahead, it's going to soak in the blood, process everything up. Excuse me, it's not blood, it's life essence. I always get that mixed up. But anyway, it processes, it does its thing, and it gets, as soon as it transforms, it gets shucked over here to the greedy chest. Since I have it set to pull every item over the quantity of 0. Which, any item is over the quantity of 0. As long as it's a slate. I had originally been using a filtered hopper from Refine Relocation, but for some reason, every now and then, that was putting 2 items in. And I think that might have been because it was doing an OR dictionary search, so it might be kind of slow. So the current setup we have here is just using basic vanilla redstone. And I have to say, I hate to say, I think it's actually working better. Very rarely will you hear somebody say that a vanilla hopper worked better than a modded option. It's simple, it's to the point, and it does what it needs to do. And actually, I think we'll let that finish up doing what it's doing, but let's go ahead and make a divination sigil. Alright, so we're going to need our blood orb, we'll need a blank slate, which I actually just put in that stupid chest. Alright. Let's go ahead and just grab all of them. No? Does it take a tier 2 orb? Master weak. No. Swap. Yes. Okay, good. Alright, so I have 1,400 LP in my network, so that's not a lot. This is a tier 2 altar, capacity is 10,000 LP, and it currently contains 0. Alright. Alright, so I went ahead and I made up another 9 thing of blood runes. So we're going to ahead and claim this. We're going to get a potion and a full heart. And we are eating that thing right now. Alright. We've also already completed the divination quest by... we get a sigil folding. Alright, so that opens up a reinforced slate, which is actually not so bad. I need 8 of them. Then we get moss, stone, and then either 4 blood runes, rune of self-sacrifice, or rune of sacrifice. We're going to be going for the rune of self-sacrifice, which will automatically get us another one. That's awesome. See, this is what I'm curious about, the Altar Diviner. I need a tier 3 altar for it, however. The Altar Diviner can hold an object. This may seem less than amazing, however, when a redstone signal is applied, the Altar Diviner can put the object into the altar to be imbued with LP. More details can be found in the book Delving into the Darkness. Okay, yeah, which I don't have. Thanks for not being helpful. Great quest text. See, I've already made Bloodstone because I made that as a decorative block. Let's go ahead and claim that. Alright. I do not have the ability to make a Master Ritual Stone yet, so we'll get out of there. Altar Emitter. I could probably make that, actually. Let's go ahead and look up the recipe for the, we'll get started on some reinforced slates, and then we'll look up the recipe for the Altar Emitter. I think it takes redstone blocks and an altar. Yeah, that's not so bad, actually. I should have everything I need in the overworld to do that, but what we're going to do for now is we're going to come on over here, and we need to adjust this whitelist. So right now, it's actually looking for pretty much just stone. I want to add these blank slates to the list. You know, at this point, though, I'm pretty much back to where I was started off. I need to get the slates from here to here. Whatever. This is going to need 8 of these. Oops. Oh, that's nice. There is a siren going in that background. I'm going to need, let's see, 8 of these reinforced slates, which means I will need 8 of the regular ones. And my inventory is quickly filling up with junk. I just realized this is the actual heart canister. I thought that was the heart. That's the actual canister. That's impressive. Very, very much impressed. Okay, so we're almost done here making the reinforced slates we need for the quest. While doing this, I've also took the opportunity to make up an altar emitter. This thing was really, really cheap. It was just 7 blocks of redstone, a blood altar, and a lever. I think that's the default recipe. I'm honestly not sure. The blood altar, though, and Agrarian Skies here is slightly different. It takes seared bricks from Tinker's Construct, so it's not quite the same thing. We just got one more of these guys to go. Yeah, we have more than enough LP in here, so that should be enough. Anyway, what we'll be able to do with these, besides turn them into runes of self-sacrifice in a moment, is to actually claim a few quests. And I think that's probably... Oh, there we go. Alright, so check this out. Reinforced slate at out of 8. We're going to get some moss stone. Don't care about that, but I do want this rune of self-sacrifice right there. Which, manual detect. Alright, it's going to get us this rune of self-sacrifice. Oh, I love that sound. And we have completed bloody redstone as well, which is going to get us a ton of redstone ore. Oh, that sound. Let's see. The rest of these are... Well, can I make the... I don't think I can make the blood one yet. Can I make the sigil of the blood lamp? No. No. It takes a much higher tier. Okay. Let's get out of there. I think pretty much for what I've made so far is going to be it. I think the water sigil is a higher tier as well. No, that I could make. That would just take a lot of buckets. Yep, goes as low as apprentice. Oh, no, weak. There's weak. No, I could make that. I don't need infinite water, though. I'll make it for the quest eventually. It's just right now it's not really a priority. What we are going to do, though... Let's go ahead and pop this here. Right now, for this altar, whenever I do a little clicky-click with a sigil... So right now it's at 685, right? If I were to come over here and do that, it's at... should be 885, so you get 200 LP per click. What we're going to do, if I can hit the right button, it's not I for inventory, it's E for inventory. I'm very special at times. Alright. I think this actually only counts the north-south, so this one right here is wasted. Let's check real quick. Oh. So 885. 1105. So yeah, that's a pretty good boost. So it's like 120. I think the problem right here is just that's not counted. We caught it! Alright, we'll put it right here. Stop sliding, holy cow. There we go. Okay, that can go there. Blood rune can go there. So, 1105. 1345. So yeah, that's good. It gave me 230 that time. So it is definitely good to have those. The more you get, the better of a return you get, which means the more I can craft with less clicking. It's a good thing overall. What is... I don't know if that little sigil is over there in the corner, though. The little sign that's floating, like, right by that little post. I have no idea what that is. I think that has to do with the, armor you can make with the super duper tier stuff. You know, the stupidly strong stuff. Alright, let's check something real quick. What does it take to make runes of self-sacrifice? Actually, we should make one sacrifice even if we don't want it, just because we do get a reward out of it. Any gold. I'm nowhere near needing these blocks for making sigils, so we're just going to go ahead and break them down. It's gold. Don't know why I thought that would work. Nothing ever works like that for the crafting station. Do I need to have a higher tier orb? I do. Alright. So that means we need the emerald. Okay, let's just fill this thing up. Let's see, 5,000. How much does it take to actually make you? 5,000. Okay, we're good. So that should turn into an apprentice orb, I believe. That is not fast, is it? So that would be why you'd want speedruns. It's only a set amount of LP it'll drain for the crafting process each go. Still though, unless you have a really big altar, I really wouldn't waste the time on the speedruns. Come on, you're almost there. Give it to me. Give me the freaking orb. There we go. Okay, it's mine now. And now I should be able to craft. Yes, alright. Now, what does self-sacrifice take? Glowstone. Hey, guess who has glowstone? Totally accident, too. Get out of my inventory. Alright. So, let's go ahead and get this, because we just completed a quest. We get blood runes and sanguine scientium. What? Now, unless I'm mistaken, it should be tier 3. Tier 2. What have I done wrong? Oh, I think I know what I did wrong. It needs to be in line with those guys. So right there. And unfortunately, that did not give me back all my glowstone. Let's try this again. Tier 3 altar, fantastic. So that's not really so bad. Its capacity is still pretty much the same. The only way to up that is to use the runes that are designed to do that. Alright, I tell you what though, I think we are actually done for today. Oh, that's neat. Get a supreme pizza for making a bloodthorn. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff left to do in blood magic here, but I'm running a little short on time, and I know I want to mess with this stuff a little bit more, but let's get rid of this. Oh, see, that one got me 4. I'd like to mess with it a little bit more, but I like to do it in detail, so without like cutting over stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get producing on a lot more of the way of sigils of self-sacrifice. Let's see, this is currently 0, right? I want you to stop for a moment. If I do a click, what do I get? Yeah, 300, so that's it's already way better. So I'll need a third less clicks than I did before, so that's nice. Yeah, that's way, way, way better. I want to go ahead and thank you for watching this episode of... Wait, what? I have no idea what that is. Is that a visual representation of my soul network? Is that what that is? I think that's what that is. I don't know. Anyway. Thank you all for watching today's episode of Agrarian Skies 2. If you have any questions or comments, or if you know what the freaking chest is that can push items into other ones, please let me know. Until then, I will see you next time, and I will hopefully have a little bit more blood magic stuff to get digging into.